Now that a man is in a relationship, what he may find is that he feels smothered and trapped when he is with his partner. And he could also feel this way if he was to receive a message or a phone call from her. So he won't need to be in her presence in order to feel this way. And at the beginning of their time together, he may have felt free and been able to freely express himself. And so he is now going to have a very different experience with his partner, and when he thinks about or hears from his partner. And at this point he could believe that his partner is overly needy and wants too much from him. And he could do what he can to keep his distance, and he may even think about ending the relationship. And so he is then going to spend less time with her, to not be as present. And of course this could cause his partner to come on even stronger, and so this is then going to exacerbate how he feels. And if he was to speak to an outsider about what is going on, he could be told that his partner is neither overly needy and neither does she expect too much from him. And he can end up dismissing this and carry on as he is. However, if he was to reflect on what has been said, this will give him the chance to think about what is going on, to see if his partner is actually overly needy and wants too much, or if there is something else going on. Because although this partner could be overly needy and she could expect too much, there is also the chance that this other person, this is of course if he actually did reach out to someone else, was accurate, and they accurately assessed what was going on. And so this will show that his partner is simply triggering what is already inside him, as opposed to making him feel anything. And if he was to take a deeper look into what is going on, if he was to step back and to explore how he feels, what he may find is that this is how he felt very early on. And this is likely to show that he was brought up by a mother who used him to meet some of our adult and unmet childhood needs. And so this would have been a time when he had to be there for her, because she was not able to be there for him. And instead of seeing him as a son, she would have most likely unconsciously seen him as a parent or a partner. And so this would have stopped her from being able to see him as an individual and to attune to his needs, and so she would have expected too much from him. And as he was powerless and totally dependent on her, he wouldn't have been able to run away or to tell her to stop. And so his boundaries would have been crossed day after day, year after year. And he would have had to have simply tolerated what was going on. And naturally, as he was so small and powerless, and this should have been a time when he received what he needed to grow and develop, and as his mother looked towards him to meet these needs, naturally he would have felt overwhelmed, because this was too much for him to handle. And so many years would have passed since this stage of his life. But now that he's an adult, he will still carry all this emotional pain that he experienced very early on. And he will still lack boundaries, because of course his boundaries wouldn't have been able to develop. And so now that he is an adult, he will feel responsible, overly responsible for everyone, and his mother in particular. And he of course will feel overly responsible for his partner. And he won't believe that it is safe for him to say no, to draw the line. And also his early pain will end up being triggered. And so it won't be possible for him to be present, to see that his partner is not overly needy and that she doesn't want too much from him, because he will be projecting the past onto the present. So if you're a man and you can relate to this, you are feeling smothered and trapped in your relationship, then you may need to reach out for external support from a therapist or a healer so you can start to develop your boundaries and to work through the pain that you experienced very early on, so that you are able to be present, to say no, and you don't feel weighed down by normal needs. So if you can relate to this, please reach out for the assistance that you need to gradually change your life. To find out more about the services that I offer and how I can assist you on your journey, go to www.oliverjrcooper.co.uk or email me at info@oliverjrcooper.co.uk. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.